Moana 2. As within a review, this may contain spoilers. I like the movie. It's the sequel to Moana, which came out in 2016. Originally, the follow-up to Moana was going to be a series on Disney+, but plans changed and the studio decided to pivot and make the sequel into a theatrical release. I'll get into that more later, but before I do, let me give you the synopsis. The story is set 3 years later and reunites Moana and Maui. Moana spends her days exploring nearby islands in the hope of finding others outside of her island. She receives a vision from her wayfinding ancestors who provide a path and must journey along with a small crew to uncover a legendary island that connects all islands and people. A standout character or characters in Moana 2 were the coconuts, particularly the warrior coconut. The warrior coconut fights for its kind and isn't afraid to step up. That character reminded me of a character that would be in Nintendo Super Smash Bros. One thing about Moana 2 that I heard a lot about before seeing it is the music. People were saying that the music in Moana 2 isn't as catchy or memorable as the music in the first Moana. I would have to agree with that. Some of the songs felt like a version from the first Moana, but like a downgraded version. That's not to say that the songs were bad, because they weren't. They just weren't as good as original music. One reason the music wasn't as good was that Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote the music for the first Moana, did not return for Moana 2. There's a story as to why he didn't. As I mentioned earlier, originally the sequel to Moana was for it to be a series on Disney+. When the change was made, the songwriters who were working on the series already had momentum, if you will, and the decision was made to let them continue working on the film version. The following is spoiler territory, so you have been warned. I'm probably going to be in the minority with this opinion, but I think the film missed a potential emotional moment that could have changed the trajectory of the Moana series. The moment I'm referring to is toward the end when Moana touches the island of Motufetu, which is the island that connects all islands, and simultaneously gets hit by lightning bolt, seemingly killing her. In my opinion, she should have remained dead and perhaps become a spirit guide for your younger sister. I'm not that set on this happening, but I feel that the movie lacked an emotional punch. Instead, ancestor spirits along with her grandmother come to her side, revive her, and bestow her the power of a demigod. Just like Maui, Moana receives her own tattoo. It wasn't outright confirmed that she is a demigod because Maui made a joke about his tattoos being better than hers after asking Maui if this means what she thinks it means, but it was heavily implied. I assume at the very least Moana now has partial powers of a demigod. Overall, I like the movie and it may be worth watching. If you stuck around this long, why not give the video a like, try it out, see if it works, subscribe, check out my other videos, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the film. See you in the next review.